Every once in a while, life hands someone an extraordinary financial moment, an inheritance from a relative who built quietly for decades, a lottery ticket that somehow beat the odds, a settlement, a buyout, a windfall that arrives without warning and changes everything overnight. But here's the brutal truth most people never hear before it's too late. Sudden money doesn't make you wealthy. It just gives you a bigger opportunity to prove whether you're ready for wealth or whether you're about to become another cautionary statistic. Because statistically, over 70% of people who receive a sudden financial windfall are back to financial zero within 3 to 5 years. Not because the money wasn't real, because they weren't ready. This video is the blueprint that changes that outcome. 9 moves, in order, that determine whether this money becomes your family's foundation for generations or a painful memory you eventually stop talking about. If you're ready to rewrite your financial story, hit that subscribe button. We're committed to guiding you towards a future of financial stability and success. Move 9, eliminate every existing debt before you touch anything else. Once you've secured silence, this is the only financial action you take immediately, and you take it without hesitation. Every outstanding debt you currently carry is a slow drain that compounds against you daily. Credit cards at high interest rates, personal loans, car payments, outstanding bills, all of it is actively eroding your position every single month you don't address it. With the money now available, that erosion stops today. Pay it all off, every cent. Then stop. Don't create new debt to celebrate. Don't restructure anything creative. Don't let anyone sell you on leveraged investing before your existing liabilities are gone. The psychological weight alone of being completely debt-free is worth more than people realize. It creates clarity, which is exactly what you need right now to make good decisions going forward. Move 8, keep your job, seriously. This is the move that separates people who keep wealth from people who perform it. Quitting your job the moment money arrives feels like freedom. It is not. It is the first domino in a sequence that reliably ends in financial collapse. And behavioral science can explain exactly why. Human beings are not designed for unstructured, idle existence. Without work, without a rhythm, without productive engagement, the mind turns restless. And a restless mind with access to significant capital is one of the most financially dangerous combinations that exists. You will fill that void with spending. It happens almost every time. Beyond the psychological risk, keeping your job sends a crucial signal to your own nervous system. This money is separate from my daily life. It's not my operating budget. It's something else entirely, something that needs to be built into something permanent before it becomes the foundation I live off. The day you walk away from income needs to be the day your assets are generating more than your job ever did. That day should be planned, not impulsive. Right now is not that day. Move 7, let the money sit untouched for 6 months. This one is counterintuitive enough that most people skip it. And it's the reason most people fail. Once you've paid off your debt, the money needs to go somewhere safe. A secure account, not a spending account. And stay completely untouched for a minimum of 6 months. Not because the money needs time, because you do. Your entire internal relationship with money, risk, possibility, and self-image just changed in ways you haven't fully processed yet. Your plans in month 1 will be dramatically different from your plans in month 6. And month 6 plans are the ones worth executing. Every financial mistake made by sudden wealth recipients shares one common thread. It was made before the emotional reality of the situation had time to settle into rational decision-making. Think of it as the cooling period between an impulse and a commitment. The money is safe. It isn't going anywhere. Give your judgment the time it needs to become trustworthy again. Move 6, invest in your own financial education before you invest anything else. You now have what most people spend their entire lives chasing: actual capital. The question is whether you have the knowledge to deploy it without losing it. The honest answer for most people in this situation is no. And that's not an insult, it's just reality. If you had grown up surrounded by wealth-building principles, by financial literacy, by people who understood how money compounds and multiplies, you probably wouldn't be in a situation where a sudden windfall feels like foreign territory. The gap between receiving money and knowing what to do with it is where fortunes disappear. Before you meet with anyone, sign anything, or move a single dollar into any kind of investment, read, study, understand the fundamentals of how money grows, how markets work, how taxes impact your position, how compounding behaves over time. The basics aren't boring. In this situation, they're the difference between this being a beginning and this being a brief chapter. A fool and their money are soon separated. The antidote to being the fool in that story is knowledge, acquired deliberately before the decisions are made. Move 5. Be very, very careful about who manages your money. Not every financial advisor is equal, and the wrong one can do more damage than you spending recklessly on your own. If you're inheriting money from someone who had it professionally managed for years, that relationship already comes with a track record. Study it, understand what was done and why. The proof of the advisor's competence is literally the amount you're inheriting. Don't discard that relationship carelessly. If you're sourcing an advisor from scratch, take your time. Get multiple referrals. Ask uncomfortable questions about fee structure, investment philosophy, and track record. The advisors worth having are typically not the ones aggressively pursuing new clients. They grow through reputation and selective referral. The most expensive mistake new wealth recipients make is moving money quickly to someone who charges more and delivers less. Slow down. Do your diligence. The money is secure right now. There is no emergency that requires rushing this decision. Move 4. Upgrade your life meaningfully, not dramatically. There is a version of financial improvement that serves your actual life, and a version that performs a life you think you're supposed to have now. The first version is what you want. The second one is what bankrupts athletes, lottery winners, and inheritance recipients within 5 years. Pay off your home. Absolutely. Address genuine quality of life improvements that have real, lasting impact. Health, safety, stability. Fix what's actually broken in your daily reality. But do not move to a neighborhood your income can't sustain. Do not purchase vehicles for every person in your family. Do not renovate a property into something that carries 10 years of maintenance costs you didn't plan for. Every status upgrade that comes with ongoing financial obligations is a slow leak you just installed in your own foundation. The goal here is not to look different. The goal is to be more secure. Those are almost never the same purchase. Move 3. Protect every relationship that matters by setting firm boundaries. When the news eventually gets out, and it will, the requests will come. Business ideas from friends who've never built anything, loans from family members who will sincerely promise repayment, opportunities that only need your financial involvement to become life-changing for someone else. Here is the truth, delivered as cleanly as possible. Money given to people in your circle who didn't earn it almost never returns. The relationship suffers whether you say yes or no. Giving typically breeds resentment when things go wrong, while declining breeds resentment immediately. Neither outcome benefits you. Your capital is not a social obligation. It is a safety net, and a safety net with holes in it doesn't save anyone. The most loving financial boundary you can draw is the one that keeps this money intact long enough to actually benefit the people you care about. Through education, through trusts, through structured generosity that doesn't demolish the foundation in the process. Move 2. Learn the 5% rule and make it the architecture of your financial life. Here is the single concept that determines whether your windfall lasts one generation or several. The money you've received is not inexhaustible just because it feels enormous right now. It is, however, capable of becoming inexhaustible if you treat it correctly. Invest the principal into diversified, income-generating assets. Structure your life to spend only the annual returns those investments produce, targeting roughly 5% or less of the total annually. Managed correctly, the principal remains intact indefinitely. The fruit grows back every year because you never cut down the tree. This is the framework that generational wealth runs on. Not the extravagant spending. Not the high-risk ventures. The quiet, boring, extraordinarily effective discipline of spending income while protecting principal. Your children's children can benefit from a decision you make correctly this year. Or this money can be a memory people reference cautiously at family gatherings 20 years from now. The 5% rule is how you make sure it's the former. Move 1. Play it safe because you have everything to protect now. Before this money arrived, the worst-case scenario of a bad financial decision was manageable. You'd recover. You'd rebuild. Life would continue. Now the stakes are different. You're not just making decisions for yourself anymore. You are making decisions that will determine whether your family's trajectory changes permanently or whether this becomes an expensive lesson in what not to do. Do not chase high-risk investment returns, hoping to multiply quickly what you've already received. Do not place capital into ventures built on optimism and no track record. Do not let urgency, real or manufactured by someone else, rush you into any irreversible decision. The universe handed you a rare moment. Treat it with the seriousness it deserves. Move quietly, deliberately, and with the understanding that protecting this is now the most important financial job you have. Behave to the outside world as though nothing has changed. Internally, build everything. If this gave you the clarity that most people only wish they'd had before it was too late, share this video with someone who needs it before they need it. Drop in the comments the move that hit hardest for you, and I read every single one. And if you're serious about building wealth that outlasts the moment that created it, subscribe. Because this channel exists to make sure you're always ahead. Protect the opportunity. Build the legacy. Start now.